There, my name is Erin Pullen. Welcome to Biology in room N41. I'm sorry I'm not able to be here in person with you this evening, but hopefully this video will help you understand what goes on in our class and some of my policies. So in biology, some of our topics we will discuss include DNA, genetics, ecology, evolution, and in the law pathway, I emphasize the skills necessary to succeed in that particular career pathway. Which include carrying out investigations, analyzing and interpreting data, using evidence to support claims, communicating effectively through reading, listening, speaking, and writing, among many others. And when possible, I try to spend extra time learning about specific ways biology and law connect and overlap, including DNA analysis and forensic science during a crime scene, for example, or environmental law. And we'll also collaborate with your students' English and criminal justice teachers to complete a few cross-curricular projects as well. Regarding my grading policies, which are what parents are usually most interested in, I use a typical 10% scale that you can find on the syllabus, and their grade is made up of 4 main components. The notebook is about 40% of their classwork, which looks like this, and I'll go over that in a little bit. Their homework is about 10% of their grade, and that is a summary document, which looks like this. And I'll go over that in a little bit as well. And then 2 other grades would be a formative assessment, which are quizzes they have every Friday that help me figure out, do I need to reteach stuff, or are they learning and we can move on and go go quickly. And so those formative assessments are every Friday, and if they do poorly, I do allow them to retake the quiz during that particular unit for full credit. So no averaging of scores. It's their chance to study and make up that quiz. So please help your students take advantage of that. The last category is the summative assessment, which happens at the end of a unit, and that is where I test their cumulative understanding of the topic. They cannot retake that test. It should show that they know it or not, and that they've done what they've needed to do along the way. So going back to the notebook, we use this every day, so your students should have this notebook for biology in their backpack at any time. They should study it a little bit every night, use it for their summary document. You can check and see what activities we're doing in there by looking at their calendar and a table of contents that they should keep up to date. This table of contents is on the whiteboard. They can use anytime, and the calendar information is up on the projector screen every morning when they come in. So this is turned in every 3 weeks for a big chunk of their grade, and this is something they need to keep organized. They glue everything in. They should be highlighting important information and then using it to study from and doing their summary documents. So again, this is the summary document. This is worth 10% of their grade. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all they need to do is summarize their learning in 4 to 5 sentences, not telling me what we did. I know what we did because I did the lesson planning, but I want to know facts and information about what they learned from those activities. So please help your student turn those in. I do have one incentive for students who have A's or B's in my class. They do not have to do the summary document. It's excused because they're already doing what they need to do to be successful in the class. They can do it if they want to keep building their grade up, but it's not required. And so in addition to that, the components of grading, one unique aspect of my grading scale is that I don't give zeros for missing work, which sounds a little crazy, but I believe that using the lowest grade they can earn for a missing assignment is 40%. So if you average those 2 scores together, let's say they do really well on an assignment and get a 10 out of 10, and the next one they are really busy or something and they didn't turn it in, that 10 plus a 0 would average out to be a 5, which would equal the F in the class, which is not really representative of their work. Instead, if we do a 10 and a 4, that would average out to a 7 and a C minus. So hopefully that's not what the students are shooting for, but it helps them get out of that hole a little bit easier if they make up work, which I do allow a late work. If there is a small penalty. It's 10% every day that it's late. So They should strive to do things on time and do them as best they can the first time around. But there is that grace. As a freshman, I want to teach them those skills along the way. Those are kind of the big components of my classroom. If you need to get in touch with me, email is the best. My first and last name, Erin, ERIN.Pullen, PULLEN, at FresnoUnified.org. And I look forward to working with your child this year. I think we're going to have a great time, and thank you for trusting them to me.